Could the Young Bucks eventually end up in the WWE following Steen, Prince Devitt, and Kenta? Welcome back, everyone. This is Jason. Uh, there's been quite the flow of wrestlers going from the indie scene to the WWE as of recent. All within the last month, there's been quite the buzz. The last tour that WWE was in Japan, they just signed Kenta, and a few days ago, uh, Devitt just revealed that he's in the WWE, and that he even some pictures popped up on the web of him getting the tour of the NXT facilities from, I believe, Dusty Rhodes. So that's pretty sweet. Now we've got Kevin Steen wrapping up his indie dates. I believe, I don't know if it's his last one, but I haven't heard any others advertised. But I know this coming Saturday, August 2nd, he's going to be wrestling Jerry the King Lawler. It's supposed to be a pile driver competition. Oh, I feel sorry for Jerry Lawler. I really do. The King. Oh man, it's gonna be a rough day for him. Seriously. um, but yeah, they just put out promos against each other recently, and they hit YouTube. So yeah, that I would love to see that match. Um, so yeah, Kevin Steen's gonna be joining WWE soon. Um, what's very funny is he recently said he was going to be going down to Mexico to go down there to help El Generico with the kids. Uh, we all know, you know, Sami Zayn is El Generico, and he's not in Mexico. He's kicking ass in NXT. Yeah. You know, and there's a lot of people, and I'm sidetracking a little bit here, sorry, but there's a lot of people out there that are absolutely screaming mad that Sami Zayn is still in NXT. Why isn't he in the main roster? Well, I agree, but I disagree. I agree that he should be on the main roster. Triple H has also said recently that he does not send anybody to the main roster unless there is a specific plan in place. So, that being said, let him just ride this out. You know, he's not doing any damage. He's not hurting his reputation. He's having 5-star matches down in NXT. So he's okay. Just be patient, guys. Because the best is yet to come. And I'll tell you why. With Kevin Steen coming into NXT is going to be absolutely freaking phenomenal. If you've seen, now I'm no El Generico Steen expert, but I've seen a couple of their matches together, and they're incredible. Now, to see that on the level of WWE, even in NXT, see a 15-20 minute match with those guys on NXT is going to be so much fun to watch. You know, it's a long time coming. It really is. It's going to be great. So, with that being said, all right, back to the Young Bucks. So the Young Bucks have been touring the world. They've been around for about 10 years. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I know everything about the Young Bucks either, but I did a little research, and I've been a fan of theirs for the last few years. You know, especially when, well, I first noticed them when they were in TNA, and they had a short stint there. They were there for what, a year, I think. But yeah, they've been all over the place. Japan, all over the U.S. What do you call it? PWG. Most recently, the tag team champs there. Ring of Honor. um, IWGP, Chikara, and that's just to name a few. They've been so many places. Um, in almost everywhere they went, they've had the tag team belts, you know? So, yeah, these guys are good. I like to compare them to this generation's, you say, Rock and Roll Express or Midnight Rockers or the Rockers, you know, any of those. A lot of those were very similar tag teams back in the day, back in the 80s. I've also seen them compared to the Hardy Boys. And speaking of the Hardys, this coming weekend, they're going to be actually wrestling the Hardys up in New York. Oh, would I love to be in attendance for that. But, nonetheless. So, yeah, these guys, they're going all over the place. They're damn good. They've been wrestling for like 10 years together. And they're in their 20s. So they started when they were teenagers. They put out, and I noticed this the other day. Now, before I let this out, usually when some significant stars get tryouts in the WWE, we hear about it. Now, I looked up on their Wikipedia, and I know some people don't like Wikipedia. They say it's full of crap, whatever. But I looked it up, and it says that they had a tryout back in 2011. So that's 3 years ago, give or take, whatever, when exactly it was 3 years ago. But nonetheless, so, maybe they've been on the WWE's radar for a while. Who knows? They're certainly young enough to go. They even had a couple jobber matches, I guess, on WWE back in the day. And most recently, I just noticed this, and I haven't heard any buzz anywhere else, but I noticed this on Twitter. And I did some searching. Nobody's talking about this. So I'm not going to call this an exclusive or anything because I'm not that big, but I'm going to point this out. And just, you can take it with a grain of salt. You can take it for whatever it is. But this is what they've posted over the last couple days. The Young Bucks, Nick, posted a picture, and it's those personalized Coke bottles that you can get now with the names on them, or share a Coke with a friend or BFF or whatever. One says Matt, one says Nick, and it says, pretty ironic that these Coke bottles were sitting near tag team championship belts. They're sitting next to, on either side of the WWE Tag Team Championship belts. It's like the toy version of them, like a Toys R Us or whatever. So that's an interesting picture. The next thing is, it's pretty ironic we've lost the PWG, ROH, and IWGP Tag Championships in a matter of a month. ... Okay. Next, well, a couple posts later, a couple posts later, in fact, today, they posted, I wonder where our careers will take us next. And they spelled next NXT. That's funny. So, that's their latest tweet, and so it's just funny. And they do have some. They are kind of cocky, but I think that's just a character. The latest post a little bit ago said, this weekend we show the Hardys that if we were around during the Attitude Era, they would have been our jobbers. So that's a good one, guys. That's a good one. So yeah. So with these tweets coming on over the last couple days, I don't know if they are just trying to create a little buzz about themselves, if they're just being sarcastic, if they're really, are they really following Kevin Steen to NXT? I don't know. I don't know what else their tour. So apparently, if they've lost all these belts, does that mean their contract is done? Are they done officially in Japan? I don't know how long they were over there. I don't know any specific details about their schedule, their touring, anything like that. So this is just speculation. I haven't heard anything. I thought it was a topic worth talking about because there are so many guys coming into NXT, the WWE, from the independent scene, from all over the world. Ken's from Japan, Prince Devitt's from, Japan, from Europe, wherever, and Steen's been all over the place too. So who knows? This could be very well be something true. I don't know. I would love to see them. They are that good. They've been around that good. They've been fine-tuning their talents. These guys are not boring to watch by any means. You could put them in the ring with a bag of corn and make it entertaining. They're that good, So yeah, if you guys watch this and you know something, by all means, put it in the comments. Let me know if you know something that I don't. Because I'd love to know. These kids are awesome. I'd love to see them signed by the WWE. Could you imagine somewhere down the road, the Young Bucks versus you could throw any tag team in there. The guys from just think about guys from that are in NXT right now. You say Zayn and Neville, the Ascension. The Wyatts recently were, in NXT. They come back once in a while to stir things up. The Usos, any of those guys, any team in the WWE would have a great match with the Young Bucks. True, that's a fact. So yeah, what do you think? Would you guys like to see them in the WWE? I think most of their fans who, buy their shirts from all over the world and all those, fans all over the place. I'm sure they'd love to see them hit the big time. And the WWE certainly would be the big time. Although I think some people consider their last stint in Japan the big time. And that is, that's their, like I said, they got fans all over the world. That is pretty awesome. I still think the WWE is the pinnacle of companies, even though they might be going through some personnel changes. Stocks going down and numbers not being where they should be. They're still number one no matter what. Merchandise, views, everything, So that's my thoughts on it. Young Bucks to the WWE. What do you think? Yes, no, what? I'd love to see it. What do you think? Put it in the comments below. All right. Thanks for watching, guys.